I'm a quintessential Mumbai boy. Grew up playing cricket in narrow gullies, riding overcrowded trains, having more vada pavs than I'd like to admit on camera.
So, Siddharth, could you tell us now a little bit about your role at Google? Like, what does a day in your life look like?
There's no typical day. And so maybe I can just talk about what I did yesterday.
Sure.
How does that sound? Okay, cool. So I think I got into work around 9 a.m.
Okay.
Had a meeting at 9 with the legal counsel for my product. So we're making a change in one of the 3 products that I lead, and just wanted to make sure that we were fine from a legal perspective because it was a breaking change. Followed that up with a meeting with the comms team where we brainstormed on how to get the message out regarding this breaking change. So that was product 1. I probably had an hour after that to work on a PRD. But then after that, I had a second or third meeting. I'm going to lose track really quickly. But
okay.
I think it was the third meeting of the day where I caught up with the tech lead for the second product that I work on. And we had a scoping conversation. We have a release coming out in Jan and then another one coming out in March, which is 2 months from now and then 4 months from now. And so we were having scoping conversations. So it's a typical sort of PM engineering discussion, negotiation on what is realistically possible within a time frame. So it's supposed to be a 30-minute conversation, went into probably 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Grabbed lunch with a couple of engineers on the team, just sort of chatted about what's happening with the World Cup and also how they're feeling about working on the product that they are working on. That was fun. And then after that, actually had a meeting number 4, 5. I'm losing track. This is a recurring theme, by the way. That's a product manager. So the next meeting was on the first product again, where we are doing a release in December, just before the year ends. And we wanted to run a pre-mortem. So trying to figure out what could go wrong once we release this new piece of functionality, which is going to impact pretty much all Google Cloud customers, right? And so we wanted to be absolutely certain on what could break and then come up with a plan for how we're going to address it in advance so that things don't break after we go live. I did have one meeting with a European car manufacturer who is one of our customers. And I just wanted to understand what their point of view was on a new piece of functionality that the team was building. So customer conversations also happen quite regularly.
Okay.
Had the late afternoon to myself a little bit, so I came home early. Also, it was a Friday. So got home, went for a run, caught up with family. And then in the evening, we had a summit in the US. So I dialed in from here and got an opportunity to present to several directors and our VP on what we plan to do in 2024, which was interesting. So yeah, that's a day in the life. So if you see, I talked about some very specific details with my legal counterparts, with the comms team, with my engineering. And then I also had the opportunity to take the 10,000 feet view towards the end of the day when we were having strategy discussions with senior leadership. And candidly, that's like one of the benefits of product management and also one of the challenges because you have to shift domains from product 1 to product 2 to product 3, and then you also have to change altitude. So you need to be able to speak about specific bugs in your product, but also be able to talk about product strategy. So that's a typical day in the life, I'd say.
And so I guess then no 2 days look alike, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But are there a couple of things that kind of happen almost every day that you can sort of remember?
Yeah, so a lot of product management is being in the trenches with engineering and design and prototyping rapidly, getting feedback on those prototypes from customers, from internal sort of folks in the field. And so those elements don't really change on a day-to-day basis. Things like planning for the next year, things like getting legal approval on certain changes, those don't happen daily. I'll say conversations with customers also happen very frequently.